Welcome to The Source, where we combine the headlines with in-depth conversations with the newsmakers themselves. Sitting in for Pinky Webb, I'm Mai Rodriguez. Today on the program, lava flows from the summit of Mount Mayon as Albay prepares for the worst-case scenario. We get the latest on the activities of the restive volcano and what the public can expect in the coming weeks. Phivolcs Director Teresito Bacolcol joins us live. And later, Ukraine's president gives his strongest signal yet that the much-anticipated counter-offensive against Russia has begun. Charge d'Affaires Denise Mihailuk of the Ukraine Embassy in Malaysia tells us more later in the program. National and local agencies are preparing for the possible hazardous eruption of Mayon Volcano in Albay after recording 21 weak volcanic earthquakes and 260 rockfall events in the past 24-hour period. Lava also flowed from the crater of the volcano Sunday night or last night. The Department of Health has earmarked 1.8 million pesos for a contingency fund that will aid those affected by Mayon's intensified unrest. Let's go straight to the source of the story, Phivolcs Director Teresito Bacolcol. Good morning, Director.
Good morning, Ma'am.
Okay, Director, how would you describe the activities of Mayon Volcano in the last 24 hours?
Mayon Volcano, there was an effusive eruption last night at 7:47 a.m. This was observed, the lava flow was observed in Miisi and Bungagalis, and it reached 500 meters from the summit. That's the extent of the lava flow. So when we say effusive eruption, it involves relatively slow release of magma onto the volcano's edifice.
Mm-hmm. Director, I was talking to you just this Saturday, and you said hopefully what you will see is the slowly magma will come out or flow from the vent. Is this what you were hoping for, what we've seen so far?
Yes, ma'am. This is what we are hoping for, the 2014 scenario. But again, there could be dramatic changes on the parameters. That's the reason why we really have to look at this closely, and we have to assess this on a day-to-day basis.
Yes, you mentioned nga, you have to look at all the parameters before raising the alert level further. There are reports, though, that baka erase na yung alert level for today. Is that correct, sir?
No, wala pong report na ganun. Well, coming from us.
Okay.
Again, we have to, again, as I've said, we have to look at this, assess this situation daily, and again, look at the parameters. For example, 2 days ago, there was an increase in the sulfur dioxide emission. It's 1,205 tons a day, which was twice the background level. But yesterday, it decreased to 642 tons per day, which is just a little above its background level. And again, this is just one of the parameters that we are looking at. If there is an increase in seismicity and if the whole volcanic edifice would be inflated,
yes,
probably we will raise it to alert level 4. But again, right now we are still closely monitoring the other parameters.
Yes, and Director, you were saying also in our last interview, what's worrisome is if there's less or walang sulfur dioxide emission and there will be more volcanic earthquakes. But so far, we're not seeing that.
Yes, there is a dramatic, we have an increase in volcanic earthquakes. We have 21 earthquakes recorded between yesterday and today. But these are all weak, and the seismic energy release is just below the background level.
All right.
And of course, as I mentioned last weekend, if there's no sulfur dioxide emission, it means that the sulfur dioxide is trapped inside the new lava dome. And if there's a sudden release of sulfur dioxide, then there could be an explosive eruption.
Okay. So mas maganda what we're seeing na paunti-unti siyang lumalabas. Yung nagdidigas siya, ano po?
Tama po kayo. Yes, that's right.
Okay, so Director, last night lava was seen over Mayon, and we would like to show these images. Help us understand what is happening.
Again, we have as the lava is being poured out from the vent, and again, they're slow moving. This is what we call an effusive eruption. The magma, the lava that's being shown here, often is low in gas content, and again, it flows out of the volcano. So the lava flows are typically slow moving and can be observed as rivers of molten rock, as what we're seeing here.
Okay.
And effusive eruptions are generally less violent and will produce less ash and volcanic gases compared to explosive eruptions.
So effusive eruption is what we're seeing, and this is much better, of course, than an explosive or hazardous eruption. Ano po? But yung lava dome, is this connected to the one discovered by Phivolcs last June 10? And can you explain po, ano ang ibig sabihin ng bagong lava dome? And why does this happen?
Okay, so the lava dome is a volcanic material that's slow moving, and because it's very viscous, meaning less fluid, and it pushed out the old lava dome. That's the reason why we have several rockfall events in the past few days, and we also have pyroclastic density current events. So we have now a new lava dome, and hopefully the gases won't be trapped inside the new lava dome.
Okay, with your indulgence, Director, we'll get back to you in a bit. We're just gonna dip in to the live pictures of President Bongbong Marcos at the Rizal Park in Manila.
Other distinguished guests,
Let's listen in.
my fellow Filipinos, ladies and gentlemen, magandang umaga po sa buong sambayanan. Sa araw ng kalayaan, isang napakalaking karangalan ang tumayo bilang kinatawan ng sambayanan at manguna sa pagkikilala at pagsasariwa sa katapangan at panindigan ng ating ninunot bayani na siyang nagbunsod ng matamis na kasarinlan na ating tinatamasa ngayon. Mananatili ang mga ito sa ating alaala at sa lahat ng ating salinlahi na taus-pusong tatanaw magpakailanman ng utang na loob sa kanilang ipinamalas na kagitingan. 125 years since the declaration of independence in Cavite, it is appropriate to pause to reflect on how far we have come from that profound transformative event in our history. The heroes of our liberation would be proud to know that we have thrown off the ominous yoke of domination, never again to be subservient to any external force that directs or determines our destiny. We have stayed the course and adhered to their ideals for our free and independent country, popular, representative, and responsible. We have evolved into a healthy and vibrant republic with a stable government, supported by growing institutions and mechanisms, all of whose mandate and authority ultimately emanate from and are owed to the Filipino people. Then as now, it remains an unassailable, self-evident principle that sovereignty resides in our people. Ours is a government peopled by men and women of laws. We have a legal framework firmly in place that can enforce public order and bring justice, which operates within a judiciary designed as an independent and impartial tribunal. But in spite of these evolutionary developments, which are the hallmark of a free, independent, and democratic state, we still have a long, daunting journey ahead to fulfill the dreams of our forefathers. It is said that there are manifold unfreedoms prevailing in society that stand in the way of human development. These are the corrosive political and social conditions that make the nation not as free as we would like to profess and to believe, such as poverty, inadequate economic opportunities, disabling rather than enabling living conditions, inequality, and apathy. Our independence was not the end, but merely the principal means to achieve full development of the Filipino. Our success and the pursuit of happiness are not just the ultimate goals of our independence. These are to be seen as the expanded notions of human freedom. We subscribe to this, for after all, it is the blessing of independence and democracy that we have vowed to secure for ourselves and for our posterity. 125 years on, we will view our nation's development as freedom with more focus and determination. We will strive to remove the unfreedoms. We will aim to feed the hungry, free the bound, and banish poverty. These are primordial moral and existential imperatives that are laid upon your government. Through wise policies, we will foster a highly conducive and enabling environment in which the exercise of true human compassion shall allow for the full development of the Filipino. We have laid down the Philippine Development Plan for the next 6 years. We will implement such with vigor and with consistency. In this administration, the government will be responsible. I have said it before. I shall say it once more. I will be with you on that long and uphill road to achieve our dream of freedom. Freedom from hunger, freedom from neglect, freedom from fear. But as integral actors in our democracy, we are all involved in this collective pursuit of real freedoms. That duty rests with all of us. So once again, I appeal for unity and solidarity in our efforts to perfect our hard-fought freedom and achieve genuine national progress. Heeding this call will indispensably require patriotism and a strong sense of community, diligence, industry, and responsibility from all our citizens. As President, I call to mind and once again declare the exhortation of the leader of the Philippine Revolutionary Government and the first President of the Republic of the Philippines, General Emilio Aguinaldo. And he said, "We cannot free ourselves unless we move forward united in a single desire." This is our single desire, to be genuinely free by achieving full development as a single, united, and indivisible Filipino nation. With this desire, let us renew the pledge made by our forefathers. Imbued with firm confidence in divine providence, let us bind ourselves to support our free and independent republic, if need be with our lives, with our fortunes, and with our most sacred blessing, our honor. We owe this to our national heroes who had won for us this freedom that we now enjoy. We owe this to the next generations of Filipinos to whom we swear to bequeath a stronger and genuinely free republic. Mabuhay ang malayang sambayan ng Pilipino. Mabuhay ang Pilipinas magpakailanman. Maraming salamat po at magandang umaga sa inyong lahat.
Maraming
Heard
salamat,
President
Pangulong
Bongbong
Ferdinand
Marcos's
R.
speech
Marcos
at the
Jr.
Quirino Grandstand
Muli natin
in
bigyan ng
Manila
masigabong
for the
palakpakan sa ating
125th
mahal na
celebration
Pangulo.
of Philippine Independence Day. He said we must never forget the sacrifices of our heroes, and he said we will never again be subservient to any power. He also talked about the Philippine Development Plan, which he said we will implement with vigor in the next 6 years. And to close, he once again appealed for unity and solidarity. We will be taking a short break. This is The Source on CNN Philippines. Please stay tuned. You're watching The Source on CNN Philippines. I'm Mai Rodriguez. Our source today, Phivolcs Director Teresito Bacolcol. Good morning again, Director.
Yes, good morning again.
Okay, Director, we were talking about the restiveness of Mount Mayon. And right now, what are the indicators for Phivolcs to declare Alert Level 4?
Again, we are looking at the increase in sulfur dioxide emission. We're also looking at the increase in mass flux, meaning evidenced by longer lava flows. We've seen lava flow yesterday, and it's just around 500 meters from the summit. And also, we're looking at the increase in frequent pyroclastic density currents and lava fountaining. We're also looking at the increase in seismicity, and the edifice, the whole edifice inflating and minor explosion. So if you can see, when observe these parameters, then we will raise it to alert level 4.
But Director, are we nearing those parameters?
Again, it's very difficult to say. Although we had an increase in sulfur dioxide 2 days ago, yesterday there was a decrease, and almost half of the increase 2 days ago. It's 1,200 tons per day. Yesterday it's only around 600 tons per day. We are not seeing an increase, although there's an increase in seismic activity. We're not seeing an increase in the seismic energy release.
All right.
And we are also not seeing longer increasing mass flux. We are not seeing minor explosions yet. So again, these are the things that we have to consider.
All right. So what is expected to happen under Alert Level 4, and what should the government do once Alert Level 4 has been raised?
Alert level 4, it means that hazardous eruption is imminent, and there is an intense unrest. There persistent tremor. Many of the low-frequency volcanic earthquakes are recorded. Sulfur dioxide emission may show sustained increase or abrupt decrease, and intense crater glow, and incandescent lava dome, and lava fountaining, lava flow in the summit area, and longer than what we were seeing yesterday. So if we will raise it to alert level 4, we will have to extend the area, the permanent danger zone, to 8 kilometers. No, the danger zone to 8 kilometers. The permanent danger zone is still 6 kilometers, but people living within the 8-kilometer radius should be evacuated.
All right. Also, the typhoon season and this habagat that we're having is also a factor, being considered by our LGUs there in Albay, because this may prompt Lahar Flow. So what are the signs that we need to look out for the Lahar Flow?
If there is an intense and continuous rainfall, the volcanic materials on the slopes of the volcano may be remobilized as lahar deposits. So people living near the river channels, they have to watch out also. But we will be issuing advisory for that.
Sino-sino po ang delikado pagdating sa Lahar Flow?
Yung nasa river channels po, yung malapit doon, yung mga nakatira, meron tayong yung sa Anuling, may sa Miisi, may lava flow na, at saka sa Bonga channels.
Director, so LGUs project that the restiveness of Mayon may last 40 to 90 days. Tama po ba yung assessment nila for now?
In fact, hindi lang, probably would last for several months, like what happened during the 2014 eruption. The activity persisted for a few months. So if this happens, if you are seeing the same behavior as the 2014 eruption, then alert level 3 is maintained, but this will persist for a few months.
Okay, very quickly, Director, can we get an update on Taal and Canlaon, which are both under alert level 1?
Taal Volcano is still on alert level 1. Yesterday, we recorded additional 5, we recorded 11 volcanic earthquakes. And we also observed steaming activity, and it reached 1,200 meters. The sulfur dioxide emission of Taal Volcano averaged 6,884 tons per day yesterday, which is a little bit higher than the 6,304 tons per day that we observed last June 10. Now, for Canlaon Volcano, yesterday we recorded 2 volcanic earthquakes, and we also observed steaming activity reaching 200 meters high.
All right, thank you so much for your time this morning, Phivolcs Director Teresito Bacolcol. We will be taking a short break. This is The Source on CNN Philippines. Stay tuned.